Doesn't it feel great to be alive? Hey, Chicago Cub YouTube baseball fans. I hope you all had a great and lovely weekend. Hopefully, you guys didn't stress about the NFL playoffs, but if you guys ended up watching the NFL playoffs over the weekend, I want to know what did you guys think of it. And you know, even though this has nothing to do with Chicago Cub baseball, who are you rooting for in this year's Super Bowl? You guys can let me know that down below in the comment section, guys. But we have a very fun episode ahead of us tonight or today. So welcome back to the channel of Cubs Baseball with Ryan Knipe right here on YouTube. So in tonight's episode, guys, we're going to, of course, do the countdown to the 2026 Chicago Cubs Wrigley Field home opener when they will host the Washington Nationals. We will also take a look at all this year's Chicago Cub players that will be playing in the upcoming World Baseball Classic, guys. And then there is a former Chicago Cub that you guys probably know who is with a new team on a minor league deal. And we will look into that as well and talk about that. Okay, Chicago Cub Baseball Nation, let's get everything underway. Let's get the exciting news out of the way, guys. Today or tonight is January 26th. Isn't it funny that today is the 26th of January and the year is 2026? Just a little bit humorous for you guys. But anyway, guys, that means we are exactly 2 months away from the 2026 Wrigley Field and Chicago Cub regular season home opener. That is right, guys. This year, the Chicago Cubs will start the regular season at home at the friendly confines at Wrigley Field, and they will play host to the Washington Nationals from the NL East, guys. So yeah, we are now on the exciting news countdown. Exactly 2 months from today on tonight, whatever you guys want to call it, will be the 2026 Chicago Cubbies home opener, guys. And it is now time to get excited. It is time to get pumped up. It is time to be thrilled because we can now officially say that we are exactly 2 months away from the Wrigley Field home opener, guys. And you know what? I'm excited. You know, yesterday was exactly 2 months till the 2026 MLB opening day, but knowing that it is now the 26th, I am happy to now say on the channel that we are exactly 2 months away from the Wrigley Field home opener, guys. The Wrigley Field home opener this year is on a Thursday, and the past couple of weeks I've been wondering, you know, since it's not a Friday, I was like, will it be a day game? Will it be a night game? And they made the game time official last night, guys. The 2026 Wrigley Field home opener will be a day game. Hey, nothing wrong with that. We got day. It will be daytime on Friday Eve, Chicago Cub Wrigley Field baseball, because this year's Wrigley Field home opener is on a Friday Eve, Thursday, the day before Friday. So it's Friday Eve. Hopefully you guys get what I'm meaning by that. But yeah, guys. So yeah, the Washington Nationals will be the first opponent for the Chicago Cubs in the upcoming 2026 MLB regular season, and they will be the first team in 2026 to come to the friendly confines at Wrigley Field. Okay, Chicago Cub YouTube baseball fans, it is now time to get into our second order of business, and that is to talk about this year's upcoming World Baseball Classic and the current, keyword is current, Chicago Cubs that will be participating in the upcoming 2026 World Baseball Classic. As of right now, we have 7 active and current Chicago Cub players that will be participating in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. I want to start off with the, I messed up. Okay. I want to start off with the newest Chicago Cub added to the upcoming 2026 World Baseball Classic from Japan. Chicago Cubs' own and Japanese and Japan's own Seiya Suzuki has confirmed earlier today that he will go and play for Team Japan in the upcoming World Baseball Classic. The last time we had the WBC tournament was all the way back in 2023. I know it was just a few years ago, and Seiya Suzuki was scheduled to participate and play with Japan in that WBC, and he ended up just a week before he had to report for Japan. He ended up getting injured in a spring training game, and that cost him from participating in the 2023 WBC. Hopefully that doesn't repeat itself this year, guys, especially that Japan is the reigning defending champions in the World Baseball Classic. So that is number one. Number two is one of the newest Chicago Cubs, and that is Alex Bregman. He will be participating in his second World Baseball Classic, playing for Team USA. The newest Chicago Cubs third baseman, guys, again, will play in his second WBC. The last time he was in the World Baseball Classic was all the way back in 2017 when he was only a rookie at the MLB level, and at that time he was with the cheating Houston Astros, guys. So Bregman returns to Team USA to be in his second World Baseball Classic. The third one is none other than the Chicago Cub who had his high school baseball jersey number retired yesterday at his high school, along with MLB pitcher Jack Flaherty, and that is Pete Catches Anything and Everything. Pete Crow Armstrong, guys. It will be PCA's the first ever World Baseball Classic appearance, playing for Team USA, guys. So congratulations to PCA. Our fourth one, entering his second year with the Chicago Cubs, guys, and it is one of the Chicago Cubbies starting pitchers in the rotation. He was one of the best Chicago Cubs in the starting rotation last year in the postseason, and that is Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd is also making his first ever World Baseball Classic appearance. Number 5 is, Jamison Tyone, guys. He will be playing north of the border for Canada. It will be J-Mo's third World Baseball Classic. All three now playing for his homeland in Canada. Our sixth one is Miguel Amaya, and Miguel Amaya will be playing for Team Panama. Now, what is actually interesting about Miguel Amaya, guys, is Panama actually had to qualify in the last WBC, and they hosted one of the qualifying rounds. And surprisingly, Miguel Amaya was not on that team. But when Panama went to the WBC last time in 2023 and participated, Miguel Amaya was on that squad, but as a backup catcher, and he did not get a lot of playing time, guys. According to Panama's Baseball NBC, guys, they believe that Miguel Amaya will be the everyday catcher for Panama in this upcoming World Baseball Classic. So congratulations to Miguel Amaya, who is coming back from a very serious injury during the 2025 Chicago Cubs regular season, guys. And last but not least, he is the flamethrower and possibly the newest closer in the bullpen for the Chicago Cubs of Daniel Palencia. He will be playing for Team Venezuela, guys. So there are 7. Those are the 7 active Chicago Cub players that will be playing in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Now, former Chicago Cub manager and player David Ross will be on Team USA, and he will serve as the bullpen coach. And former Chicago Cub player Mark DeRosa will return as Team USA's manager in this upcoming WBC. So there is a lot of Chicago Cub people on this year's Team USA's team, guys. So if we add, we got 3 players on the Cubs that are playing for Team USA. And then we got 2 former coaches of the Cubs. So that is 5 Cubs total on the 2026 USA team, guys. So there you have it, guys. But there is still a little time left before all the countries in this year's WBC have to post their active rosters, guys. There are 4 Cub minor league players. All 4 are top prospects that are rumored to be in this year's WBC, but nothing has been confirmed, at least quite yet, guys. So I will keep a close eye on that, guys. But I want to know what you guys think of the 7 active Chicago Cubs that will play in this year's WBC, guys. And you know what? I have a feeling most of you are going to watch the WBC and cheer for Team USA. But if there is a second country in this year's WBC or team you want to win the WBC, I want to know who it is. So let me know your second favorite to win this year's WBC down below in the comment section. And we are back with Cubs baseball with Ryan Knipe on YouTube from right here in the news studio, guys. And the reason I chose to do this announcement right here in this YouTube news studio is because I never ever returned the message a few months ago right here on the channel. I was talking about Chicago Cub bench coach Ryan Flaherty and if he would stay with the Chicago Cubs for the 2026 season, because Ryan Flaherty was getting interviewed by other MLB teams for managerial jobs and position. I can inform you that Ryan Flaherty interviewed with 4 MLB teams for a managerial role and 3 MLB teams for a bench coach / third base coach role. His former MLB team that he was a coach on, the San Diego Padres, he did interview with the Padres about returning as a interim bench coach, which would be like an assistant bench coach. He also interviewed with the Miami Marlins as a third base coach. He also did some interviewing with teams in Mexico for the professional baseball league they have down there, guys. And really, the Miami Marlins and the San Diego Padres were really highly on considering Ryan Flaherty to be the newest addition to their coaching staff, but they chose not to hire him instead. It is official. It's been official for a while. Ryan Flaherty will be the 2026 Chicago Cubs bench coach, guys. I do apologize for not getting that out to you guys, but I thought I would bring it back up and all that, guys. So Ryan Flaherty will now be entering his third season as the Chicago Cubs bench coach, which is really awesome because Ryan Flaherty was actually drafted out of high school by the Chicago Cubs all the way back in 2008. He did play at the MLB level with three teams, and none of those three teams were the Chicago Cubs. So really cool story and all that. When Ryan Flaherty was actually a minor leaguer with the Cubs, he was a top prospect. The Chicago Cub owner, the Ricketts family, predicted he would be in Chicago within 2 years after getting drafted. Unfortunately, he would end up being a Rule 5 draft and going over to the Baltimore Orioles, where he would eventually make his MLB debut. And then Ryan Flaherty would go to the Philadelphia Phillies after 3 seasons in Baltimore. And with Ryan Flaherty had a total of 387 at-bats at the MLB level with the Baltimore Orioles. He was with the Phillies organization as a player for 4 years, and he only had 21 at-bats at the MLB level in Philadelphia, guys. Before he ended up going to KBO, he played in the KBO for 1 season, and then he returned to the States to be on the San Diego Padres coaching staff. But yes, guys, Chicago Cub bench coach Ryan Flaherty will be back as the bench coach for the 2026 Chicago Cubs baseball season, guys. It's going to be great. I've known Ryan Flaherty personally ever since he played right here in Boise, Idaho for the Boise Hawks when the Boise Hawks were affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. I got to know Ryan Flaherty pretty well and all that. So I'm happy that he is back to enter his third season with the Chicago Cubbies, guys. And I feel like he's a great bench coach. He was a associate bench coach with the Padres for about 3 seasons, and he learned a lot there. And he took that knowledge into the Windy City of Chicago. So I thought I would get back to you guys on all of that. All right, guys, we are going to end tonight's episode with the very last announcement of tonight's episode, and it has something to do with a former Chicago Cub, but unfortunately, his one time with the Chicago Cubs was not the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Mancini. Yes, he is most known for his time with the Baltimore Orioles. But yet, he is still, at the end of the day, a former Chicago Cub, guys. Trey Mancini is back in a affiliated ball but he is with a new team. Earlier today, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and Trey Mancini agreed to a minor league deal. So former Chicago Cub Trey Mancini will be the newest addition to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Again, guys, it is a minor league deal with an invite to big league spring training. So congratulations to former Chicago Cub, Mr. Trey Mancini, guys. He will be in spring training next month in Tempe, Arizona, the spring training home of the Los Angeles Angels, guys. And last year, Trey Mancini was with the Arizona Diamondbacks, but most of the year he spent in AAA Reno with the Reno Aces. He only had 21 at-bats last year in the big leagues, all 21 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, again, guys, former Chicago Cub Trey Mancini is the newest addition to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, guys. And just everybody with the Chicago Cub Nation, we congratulate him and we wish him the absolute best, guys. Again, it is a minor league deal, but he will have an invite to big league spring training. All right, guys, just wanted to say thank you guys for all the love, all the support on the channel. Again, hope all you guys had a great Monday. Oh, my mom's in the background, but she's busy, so she really doesn't count. But yeah, guys, drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, guys. We have a lot to get to in tomorrow's episode about who the Chicago Cubs signed earlier today, and we will get into all of that tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Monday night. I'll see you all in the next episode.